Welcome to Critical Hit, a Major Spoilers podcast. Thank you so much for downloading and listening this week as we conclude our 6-part series with Sentinels of the Multiverse. Well, it's 6 issues. I think it may be 7 episodes. I don't remember how we did this thing. It was so long ago and far away, but here we are. Here we are with you and with Brian and with Matthew and with Rob and oh no, that's it. That's it this week. Other people are kind of busy.
Yes.
We have tried other games with less than optimal players before.
Yeah.
I will be curious to see. I thought, doesn't this game scale for like 3 play? Can you not do it with 3 players?
I mean, you can do it with 3 players. We'll see how well you can do it with 3 players. There's not a lot of scaling, which is kind of weird because that's like one of the things that the card game does real well. But I mean, basically by default you have a bit less minions, and I think I'm going to cut it down a bit more than that.
Okay.
So just to see how this goes.
All right. Well, I'm going to continue to play. I'm going to continue to play Paul Parsons, aka Legacy. I'm going to swing into action and help my friends. You know, hey,
and after
everybody.
This episode, he's going to get his cool little blue $6 million man jumpsuit and retire.
Yeah, I am. And I'm going to turn it over to one of my favored newbies. Where's Rush Hour or whatever his name is?
Oh, Tachyon?
Tachyon. No. What's
Headlong?
Yeah, Headlong.
Sorry, Headlong. Yes, that's what I meant. The other speedster.
Yeah.
Headlong's taking a nap.
I'm kind of guessing that he went with Bunker to go park the jet, and so they're not around.
They're not around, so
parking is murder.
Yes,
in Megatropolis,
especially when your whole base tower got destroyed. So,
Matthew, who are you playing this week?
I think I'm going to keep playing Rockstar because I like the powers and I look good in a skirt.
You like that character?
I do. I like the attitude part of it, but I also like the fact that I know her powers.
Yeah.
And, a lot of the times with these archetypical characters, the powers kind of work against you because you think, okay, well, I'm going to play this Superman analog like Superman, but that's not necessarily what the game wants you to do. So I'm going to stick with this character who has no preconceived expectation that I'm playing a certain sort of thing.
Yeah, no, I like Legacy kind of that way too because I know the powers both from the card game.
Terra Dazzler.
Terra Dazzler is not a real person, though. That's a portmanteau.
I also like that Legacy is able to help his fellow team members by giving them bonuses, especially if he goes first and nudge, wink.
Episode 6 is definitely the time to bring that up, Steve.
I have tried to bring it up multiple times, and everyone's just like, no, I'm going to throw it over to this person. Now I'm going to throw it to this person. Now I'll throw it to this person. Oh, yeah, let's throw it to Legacy. Okay, Legacy, who are you going to throw it to? I guess the environment. Okay, the environment goes. Now back to Legacy. Hey, that bonus that you gave everybody, now gone.
So what you have to do, what you have to realize is that if you are throwing it to the throwing it at Brian, he is just going to throw it right back.
Well, I know because I am the only person
don't
left.
Use that power.
Yeah, well, that's true too. So all I'm saying is, if you guys want bonuses, then you let Legacy galvanize, and everybody.
It's a nice bonus you got there. It'd be a shame if something bad was to happen.
Rob, who are you playing this week? You flip back and forth between a couple of characters in this game.
I decided to end this on Absolute Zero since he is still my favorite character in the Sentinels comics multiverse.
I have learned
nonsense.
to like Absolute Zero. First, I thought it was too complex. The first time you played him, I'm like, I don't understand what the heck is going on. Why would you damage yourself kind of stuff?
Several reasons,
and
depending on what kind of damage.
And then over the last, 6 months to a year, I guess, depending on when we're listening to this, hello, future people, I really figured out how that combo works. And it's like, oh, this is a great character to have on your team because he just unleashes a buttload of energy whenever he's attacked by people or whenever he gives himself damage.
Mm-hmm. Or he can heal himself.
Yeah, we don't have a healer on the team this time. Have we ever had a healer on the team?
You're kind of a healer.
Kind of, but not a whole
I think you're about as much a healer as this game kind of gives you. I mean,
but not until we get up into yellow and red. But you know what? We're never going to get up to yellow and red because we're going to defeat our enemies this week, Brian. Who are we taking on?
Well, as you guys fly back from Russia into jet, you come back to Megalopolis and find the Akash Flora tree seems to be once more under siege by swarms of spider bots.
Oh, man, these guys.
As Bunker basically takes down the jet so you guys can disembark as soon as you're opening up the doors. Fnatic basically flies out and immediately joins the fray, just slicing robots like crazy. Also there is Tempest and the Argent Adept and Visionary and Haka. They're all just smashing robots left and right.
That's a good team.
Yes.
Hey,
Gives me hope.
reunited.
And basically they're doing everything they can to hold back the tide. They basically yell out, I will say Argent Adept specifically, is like, I think we pretty much got him at a stalemate here. I think you need to find the source of these things and shut it down.
Okay.
All right.
Basically you see them once more just kind of filtering out of the sea. There doesn't seem to be any kind of...
Out of the ocean?
Yes.
Does this thing have a underwater mode?
I don't believe so.
Okay, well, everybody hold their breath and let's go under the water.
Under the sea.
Bunker will actually take this to... I will go track them from the lab. I'll send... Is Absolute Zero's last name Frost or Snow?
Frost. Ryan Frost.
Yeah. I'll send Frost out to help.
Okay. Yes. Basically, Frost got tired of doing science with Tachyon and is apparently also here blasting robots. So he joins you guys.
Okay.
And, there's swarms of robots crawling from the ocean. Doesn't seem to be any mothership spider this time.
Thank goodness.
They just seem to be pouring forth straight from the coast.
We'll follow the path, even if it means we have to go into the water.
All right. How are you going to deal with the whole lack of air situation?
I can hold my breath forever, so...
Can you?
I would have presumed so.
All right.
Guess we'll find out, right?
I'm going to grab scuba gear out of the ship before Bunker drives.
That's why I was wondering if the ship could go under the water. I mean, I'm just surprised that we, as a super awesome team with scientific peoples, haven't figured out a way to convert our...
This is the old jet. The new jet was destroyed during the Oblivion nonsense.
Oh, man.
There you go.
All right, then I'll have to put on my rebreather that I keep in my utility belt.
Sure.
Thank you, Wraith.
You have a utility belt?
Thanks to Wraith.
He does, apparently, now. All right. Fair enough.
I'm going to look under my seat and see if there's anything like a breather and a flotation device.
Sure,
and there is!
Yes.
Hooray! Even matches my hair.
Yeah, it doesn't take long, basically following these trail of spider bots who seem to be pretty focused on just heading straight towards the tree. That basically, after a ways of swimming, you come across some sort of undersea structure.
Is this Atlantis?
It does not seem to be Atlantis. You've been to the ruins of Atlantis before, and
Yes.
This is no Atlantis.
I've been to Atlantis, and I tell you what, this is no Atlantis.
This is a far newer looking structure. It's high tech. Looks pretty similar to the robots, but you'd also say it looks awfully similar to a certain node full of yours.
Omnitron X?
Not exactly.
Omnitron X is our friend, though.
Yeah, Omnitron X is your friend. It's Omnitron.
I mean, isn't it depending on what version of Omnitron it is?
Well, X.
Yeah,
Omnitron X is the one that's our friend.
All right.
Right. X and U are our friends. The other ones are not. So A through T, this is probably Omnitron H2O for underwater.
I'll give you that one.
Hey, why is this Absolute Zero all blue and silver? I thought his armor was all black.
His old armor's black.
I like his old armor better.
Yeah, fair enough.
I like this armor. It looks sleek.
It looks a little too Iron Man for my taste.
Does this look like a boss monster, or does this just look like a... What is
seems
this
to be some sort of structure. It's awfully big. I mean, you guys aren't to scale with it, but
okay.
So yeah, there's undersea base that those spider bots seem to be kind of pouring out of.
Okay.
And
Does it have any markings? Like the
No.
number 2020?
Good guys
God
go
help us,
away and
2021.
sprayed in graffiti.
No, nothing like that.
Hmm.
No.
But yeah, you guys might consider how you want to get in there, because shortly as you arrive, you find that drawing near seems to be a big mechanical robot squid and some sharks that seem to have some cybernetics, including ray guns attached, heading your way.
Oh,
You're
sure.
kidding.
I'm not
Sharks
kidding.
with
Sharks
freaking
with friggin'
lasers
laser
on their
beams?
heads?
Exactly.
Oh my God. Scotty loves his daddy.
Apparently.
Oh my word. Mechanical squid. What is squid? All right. So that looks like a force field.
Well, again, this is just artwork that Brian has provided.
Well,
Right.
It may
it's,
not necessarily be.
it's artwork that
is in this scenario.
Adam Ravataro would have drawn.
Okay.
So are we able to ascertain from this that it is in fact a force field?
Yeah, there seems to be a bit of a force field around the whole premise, largely seeming to more, keep out the water.
Okay.
Make it to where, it's not, water's held back.
Perhaps if we take down the force field, all the water rushing in will deactivate the device.
You could
Possible.
try.
Good as plan as any.
We'll probably
I'll,
have to deal with the mechanical squid first.
I'm going to try to penetrate that shielding.
All right. What you gonna do to try to?
I think I'm just going to try to do an overcome, right?
Sure. What you gonna do?
I think for the power that I'm going to use is just going to be strength, right?
Okay.
And then the quality would be, I guess, leadership, right? Isn't that
Oh.
how those two work together for an overcome?
Well, what exactly are you doing?
Well, I'm going to try to penetrate that shield. I'm going to try
Just-
to fly through it or up to it and see if it's actually impenetrable or if it's something that we could easily pass through.
Well, sure. Give me a roll.
All right. I will pow and get a 6. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's an overcome. Just uses the mid roll, right?
Unless you've got a principle that applies.
I really don't.
Well, with a 6, that would be success with a minor twist, and I'd say easily enough. Basically, you could just fly full force into this shield and find that it provides no resistance.
Okay.
So you kind of carry on through and kind of smack into the side of the building
Okay.
and take some damage.
All right. I'll take some damage.
And lose health equal to that mid die, 6 damage.
All right.
Ow.
That's okay.
So it's not a force field at all.
It is not the force field in normal sense.
But hey, now you're not
This is
underwater.
an
I'm not.
air bubble.
All right. Well, that is my turn, I guess. So I will throw it to Rock and Rollo. What is your name?
Rockstar.
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 Yes, Rock and Rollo
She's not
was
a
Fred
Pokemon.
Sanford's friend.
Yes,
No,
I will
sorry.
throw it to
Lamont's
Rockstar.
friend. Yes, I'm a rock star. Okay. So, the Robo Squid and the Laser Sharks are swimming.
Yeah, they're advancing towards you.
Okay. I am going to fight them.
Okay.
I'm going to physically fight them. Now, my question then becomes, that would not be an overcome because an overcome is separate from an attack.
Yes.
So I can take an attack action, just my standard Wicked solo using strength, or I could do something with principle of strength, like something designed to overcome them using brute force, like grabbing the squid by the tentacles and slamming it into the laser sharks. Would that be an overcome, or would that still fall under the heading of an attack?
I'd say that still fall under a heading of an attack. You're basically trying to deal damage with actual unit that has health, in this case represented by the dice.
Right. But I'm overcoming using brute force, and I am a brute forcer.
Well,
Brute force. 5'7" of brute force. All right. Well, in that case, I will. Okay. I'm swimming, right?
Yep.
Okay. I will encase both my fists in rock and attack him from above using not only my normal propulsion, but the weight of the rock carrying me down to attack the Robo-Squid using gravity, because Bill Nye was my jam in high school last year.
Okay, then.
Yes. So it's going to be the Wicked Solo. I'm going to be attacking using stone. And I think this counts as creativity, wouldn't you?
Sure.
Yeah, stone and creativity. I have a +2 and a +3 from the hero points from last session. I think I'm going to kick in my +2 here, if I can do that.
You can if
As
you
a
want.
bonus, sure.
Yeah, I think I will. And I'm going to go Kapowie
Wow.
for, let me make sure it doesn't do something wonky like use the medium die, crumple it up, throw it over your shoulder. Nope. Target of the attack must take an attack action against me on its next turn, if possible. So I have attacked for 9.
All right. It rolls a save and it fails, and the Robo-Squid is out of there.
I crunch the Robo-Squid from above with fists of crystalline fury, which is Bruce Lee's unfinished epic.
Basically explodes into shards or pieces of tentacles and everything, and that go flying everywhere. And the robot squid is no more.
Shards of octopus.
Yep.
My Grateful Dead cover band.
Who would be going next?
Legacy went first.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
We have an environment, and then we have the laser frickin' sharks.
Mhm.
I am going to hand it to Permafrost.
Or Absolute Zero.
Permafrost. Well, it looks like Rock Girl's dealing with the sharks, so I'm going to try and... I liked Legacy's plan of trying to pop the bubble.
Okay.
However, I'm going to overcome using cold. Principle of cold. Overcome challenge involving cold. Use your max die, blah, blah, blah. I am going to basically make a chunk of ice inside the bubble. Not
Ooh.
inside. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's within the barrier, like it's crossing through the barrier, and then I'm going to expand it.
All right.
And then
Seeing if
leave
you can pierce the skin of the bubble.
I'm going to try and pierce the skin of the bubble. I'm going to expand it, and then I'm going to try and leave a pocket in the middle so water can start rushing through as I push the
I
bubble.
see.
towards
You're making like a
out.
straw. That's what you're doing.
Oh,
Interesting.
Yeah.
smart.
All right. So cold. I'm going to go with creativity on this one because it's best I've got. And I'm going to throw one of my +2s on this.
All right. A
Oh.
5.
Oh, wait.
That-
Use my highest die, so that's an 8.
Ooh.
Ah,
Okay. Hey, then that'd be a full success. Sure. Basically, you create a ice ring, more or less. Basically, kind of shorting out a section of the field, and water's pouring in, quickly filling up. Basically, it fills up to basically where that hole is in the force field, leaving a weird pocket at the top, but force field itself doesn't seem to be dissipating, and you're not necessarily seeing any particular negative reaction from this structure, although the spider bots are now kind of stopping their advance, at least some of them, and going and now trying to hack away at this ice structure with their diamond-tipped mandibles.
Oh,
Okay.
that did something. So it wasn't a total loss. Also, we all gain a hero point.
Hooray!
yeah.
And then I'm going to pass that on to the environment.
All right. The environment will tick off 1. And on its turn, basically it's just going to toss it to the laser sharks, who are going to swim forward, blasting lasers at basically one at each of you. One of them's just kind of circling. Well, it actually maybe swam in now inside the force field that's going towards Legacy.
Oh, no. Sharks. I hate these guys.
Yeah. And they will attack first on Legacy. +2 because of mighty lasers. 9 damage.
I will take 8 damage.
Then to Rockstar.
And I'm in the yellow.
take 6 damage.
I'll take 5 damage.
And they don't get the +2 on absolute 0 because his power suit seems to lessen the lasers, but he'll take 1 damage.
Aw.
What, would you be able to hurt them more if you took more?
I mean, I've got the whenever my personal zone changes, I may boost using cold.
Oh.
Then the laser sharks will throw it back to the environment.
The environment can go twice?
Well, that was the sharks were the last to go.
Oh, I see. That's right. You're right.
And so now the environment's the first to go, which will tick down. So it's now into yellow.
Yay!
Is it not?
Wow.
0. And then we'll toss it back to laser sharks. We'll continue to blast. We'll start
Yes.
legacy. Ooh, 10 damage.
Ouch. I will take 9 damage, and I'm in the red now.
Then to Rockstar, who would take 8. Oh, actually 10.
I'll take 9 of it.
And then 1 to absolute 0. Amazing. All right.
I don't know what
oh,
your
you know
guys'
what?
problem is.
Hey, you know what? When you attack me, when an opponent attacks, you may become the target of that attack and defend by rolling your leadership die.
Okay.
So let me roll my leadership die.
When an opponent attacks, you may become the target of that attack.
Yeah.
So it's supposed to be a defend someone.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it just says heroic interception. So I'm guessing that must be it, right?
Yeah, it's basically... Yeah, you're
All right.
supposed
Well,
to...
I'm not going to sacrifice myself so early in the adventure.
So I have changed personal zones. Does that mean that I can use my power that says when you change personal zones?
Yes, you can use that
Boost
reaction.
using your single transmutation die?
Sure, yep.
I will boost using my single transmutation die.
All right, roll that die.
It is a... Hang on. What the what?
Okay, what size of die is the transmutation?
Transmutation is a D6.
Just do a /D6, or actually, that was a 5. We'll just say that 5.
Yep.
Which would
That's
be
a 5 on a D6, which is fine.
a +2 to boost.
Okay.
So what does this boost look like?
This boost looks like an armored shell
Okay.
of crystal, kind of from like my knees to my shoulders and down to my elbows, because it doesn't really flex particularly well. But it's a deflective shell of deflecting, which gives me a +2 in case they try and laser me again.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you got
It's
a +2
highly
shell
mirrored.
you can use on your next action.
Yeah, I can use it to deflect the lasers.
Sure.
How much damage did you say you took, Steven?
He dealt me. How much did you deal me there, Brian?
10.
10.
And then
And I was at 19, so I am doing 2 less damage because I was in the yellow zone. So
How
that'd
many
be 8
points do you
damage.
have?
I started out with 32. I lost 6 in the first one, 5 in the
That'd
first
get
one.
you 26 or 25.
Yeah.
No, that'd get you 28. No, 27. Math is hard. 32 minus 5 is 27.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then
And
he
I-
hit you for...
Then he hit me for, 8 in that
Well,
second
is like-
attack?
the second attack was 10.
Because you've attacked me 3 times now.
Did I?
Yep.
What was the other attack?
That's what I'm trying to figure out, because the sharks have attacked me twice.
Rolling a D10. Oh, that was when you slammed into the side of the...
Yeah, right.
Yep, you hurt yourself. Okay.
Okay.
So that does make sense.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm only at 10 hit points right now.
Got a bloody nose on the side of the
Mhm.
crab ship.
All right, so with that, we'll toss it back to Absolute Zero, who seems to have weathered this assault the best.
Yeah, I don't know what you guys are having problems with. Well, it looks like the sharks are a little more of a problem than anything else. I'm not going to be able to hinder any number of, or all 3 of the sharks right now, would I? Sub-Zero Atmosphere, hinder any number of close targets using cold.
I'd say they're fairly spread out.
Okay. I'm going to use Heat Sink then. Attack using Absorption, hinder the target with your Min die on the one that's in front of me.
All right.
Use heat to sink it.
Yeah. Basically absorbing the laser and right back out. I'm going to use Absorption and Ranged Combat.
All right.
That's a 3 on the attack and a 3 on the hinder.
Okay. So this particular shark's at a -1. And, well, let's roll. First, the Attack. He makes it, but being a minion, he'll still drop 1 die.
I almost got him.
Yep. Almost did. With a -1 on him.
So Goal Sixer has a minus on him.
Yep.
All right, and I will pass things over to. I don't like this. Pass things over to Legacy.
All right, I'm going to use takedown on this shark. Attack using flight. Use your max die. Hinder that target with your mid plus your min die.
Okay.
Wow.
So since I'm in the red zone. So flight plus that, and I'm just going to go ahead and add in my 2 bonus. And I roll, what is that? 5 plus 2 is 7 for the attack.
All right. It fails.
And it's hindered with a mid plus min, which would be a 6.
Well, it's defeated.
Yay.
You
Who
smash.
needs hindrance?
I reach into my pocket and pull out a healing potion.
No, those are actually in Torque's pocket.
Ah, dang it.
Now we have to spend an episode yelling about it now.
All right. Who's going next?
I'm going to give it to Rockstar.
All right. Rockstar?
Okay.
Well, I guess that's the only real option. All right.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm going to fight a laser shark. Okay. So Chili McFreeze is quite a ways away from me, and he seems to have a shark that is injured.
Mhm.
So I can't really attack both of them. So I'm going to drop the hammer on this particular shark, and I'm just going to kick him.
Okay.
I'm going to haul back, and I'm going to clank him in the face with my red Doc Martens that I got on sale because, Rockstar lifestyle, but, not necessarily always a Rockstar budget. So I have to attack using strength, close combat, and I think we're going to hold on to any of my other bonuses until I see how this mess goes. But I do have that +2, don't I?
If you have it, yeah.
I have a +2 because I'm covered in special
Yes,
shielding,
you do.
anti-laser shielding, to where if I kick at it and it tries to laser me with its eyes, those lasers are just going to bounce off and hit it. It's going to explode.
Sure.
That's what's going to happen.
Ooh. So with a +2, a 7,
Mm-hmm.
and it fails. So yes, you ricochet some lasers, and it basically blows up this shark, this poor defenseless cyber shark.
Its cyber shark parts are hindered to the tune of a 2 if you get bored.
All right. Well, it's done. So who's going next? You can choose anyone but yourself.
Anyone but myself. The environment is already gone. The laser sharks have already gone.
The laser sharks. Yeah, there's one.
I've heard that Legacy has powers that would be very useful if he was the first to attack.
Well, actually,
so I'm
I think it would be better for you guys to recover some health points, right?
Are you actually me? Oh, wait, that reminds me. I eliminated. Was that a minion?
Yeah.
I eliminated a minion with an attack using close combat. Recover health equal to my min die.
Oh, all right.
And my min die on that roll was 2, right?
Yep.
I get 2 hit points. I'm in the yellow.
All right,
I was in the yellow before.
I'm going to attack the laser shark using motivational charge. So I'll attack using leadership plus strength, and all nearby allies with their health in the yellow or red zone recover health equal to my min die.
All right.
Unfortunately, I do not, right? Is that how that reads? I don't recover any health?
Sounds like.
Boo. All right, so I attack using leadership. So this is a 5.
All right.
Against that laser shark. Everyone else recovers 2 hit points.
Laser
If they're in
shark
the yellow?
If you're in the yellow or red zone, you recover 2 hit points.
Is it personal or?
That's a good question. I kind of think so. Well, yeah, I think you have to be in the personal yellow zone, not even though the scene's in the yellow zone.
Yes, with their health in the yellow or red zone.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Okay.
Going by strict reading. So
Okay.
Makes sense.
it did fail, so no more laser shark.
Yay, hooray for us.
And we get how much healing?
2 points
If you're in the yellow or the red.
if you're in the yellow or red, yes.
I am yellow, so I will take 2 points of healing.
I am green.
I am in the red, but apparently I can't heal myself.
Physician, heal thyself.
I can't. I have
That's
You know,
nothing.
every
great.
time you say motivational charge, I picture Chris Farley as Legacy.
That's
This
horrible.
reminds me of a time I fought laser sharks in a van down by the river. I'm just saying.
We fought laser sharks down by a
The
city under the
riverside.
water.
No, those were crocodilators, I believe.
Well, Legacy is done. Who's it going to be?
Let's go environment. Go environment arms.
Okay. The environment ticks down, and as it does so, suddenly, around some reefs, another robo-squid shows up
No.
and comes swimming your way.
He's
I want
not
to deal
the
with the
squid.
robo squid.
He's an octopus.
So what do we need to do? Do we need to get into this thing? Or do
We
we
don't
just
know.
need to destroy all the monsters that come at us arcade style?
Well,
I think one of us should try to get into it.
I'm in my 8-bit loop, so I'm just kind of hovering there with my fists up, kind of in that loopy pose.
And the Legacy theme song playing in chiptune in the background. It's probably more like...
Why would it be the Corbinicky? Anyways, and the environment will hand it back over to the Robo Squid.
It's
It's
good.
gonna swim up and entangle Legacy
Nice knowing everyone.
in many robo tentacles, and therefore hinder you.
You're a hinder egg now.
That was if I roll not a D0,
I'm fine if you roll a D0.
a D8, so that'd be at a -3.
Okay.
So we'll need to either make a boost of 3 points or an overcome action to get out of that.
All right.
That'll be persistent until that is overcame.
All right.
Does he has to overcome it?
No. Anyone else
Somebody
can?
has to overcome it.
And with the Robo Squid done, we'll give it over to Rockstar.
So there's a Robo Squid
Mm-hmm.
entangling Cape Dad.
That's me.
Cape Dad.
Yeah, Cape Dad, you know.
Sundays on CBS.
Dude, I don't even know what that means. So I'm still in the yellow. I no longer have the red power, but that's okay. I never actually used any red powers. I shall overcome using brute force. So I'm not going to attack, but squids are cephalopods. Right? So I'm going to grab the cephalo at the end of its pod, and I'm going to try and rip the casing apart with brute strength so that ocean water gets into its delicate mechanisms and causes it to explode.
All right.
See, because I'm smart. I'm more than just a pretty face and rock-covered fists.
Yeah, your green hair too.
Actually, today it's purple, but, you know.
Oh, okay.
She dyed it on the jet on the way over.
So it's principle of strength overcome using brute force. That's going to be strength. What should my second die be? Ripping it open. I'm going to say creativity. Ha ha. Ha ha. Yeah. No. Maybe
Conjure up a
7.
crystal crowbar. That would be creative.
Crystal crowbar. I used to dance with her in high school. And it's an 8.
Ooh. An 8 attack.
Yes.
That's a pretty good roll.
To rip open and expose the delicate casing to horrifying seawater. Maybe like
Ooh, and it fails, and so Robo Squid is destroyed once more.
causing it to explode.
Yep. And therefore
Deal
freeing
damage to
Legacy.
legacy.
So is that hinder off?
That'll be gone.
Yay.
All right. And Rockstar, what's it going to be?
Everybody's gone except for Ice Pick O'Hannity, right?
Yep, pretty much.
Okay.
All
So I'm going to hand it to Absolute Zero.
right. So at this point, we've got little spider bots coming out of the thing.
Yeah.
I think we need to get in there.
Sounds good. Fellow teammate.
I'm a do principle of cold again. Overcome a challenge involving cold. I'm going to basically try to do the same thing I did with the bubble, except for the side of the machine.
Okay.
Do those bubble things seem to be like glass or plexi or something?
Something like that.
Do you think that would be easier to attack than maybe a metal skin? Or
Probably. I'm going to use cold and ranged combat to shove an ice spike through one of those portholes.
Go for the eyes.
That's with my max die, so that's an 8.
8, that's a successful overcome. You got a giant spike piercing the plastic dome. It kind of is pouring in some water, but it seems to be kind of at the height where the hole you made is where it's kind of above that water line. Just barely.
I'm okay with flooding the thing.
All right. Well, you're going to hand it off to. You're at the bottom of the round.
Oh, we all get a hero point.
Hooray!
We all should have like 4 hero points by this point, right? We've all used principles.
I don't think
I
point.
haven't used a principle yet.
Oh,
So it's at least 3 because you get a hero point for my principle of strength, and you get a hero point for that. And we had a hero point, I think, from your previous round.
All right. I can hand it off to anybody, so I'm gonna hand it off to Parsons.
Man, do you guys want me to fly in there and do some smashing, or do you guys want a boost?
I kind of think we do the you galvanize this to go in there.
Then I will galvanize you. Get in there and smash the heck out of that. Because I'm very damaged.
Right.
So it'll be leadership, and I'm going to use vitality. Boost using leadership. Apply that bonus to all attacks and overcomes. So I got a 3. So that is a 2
Plus
or a
1.
1? Plus 1?
Yep.
All right, you guys get a +1 to all attacks and overcomes until the start of my next turn.
Cool.
And I will now hand it back to Absolute Zero.
Throw it
All right, to
at the environment, so
sure.
It can't force you to immediately go again.
Oh, okay, that's fair. All right,
Well,
environment.
Okay. Yeah.
Show me
I
what you
guess.
got.
All right. Well, the environment's going to tick on down. And then from the depths will come swimming up some more laser sharks.
Laser sharks, I hate these guys.
And it's going to hand it to laser sharks. As soon as I
Of course
get
it is.
Stupid laser sharks.
Why is it not
I
giving
should have
me
known
any-
there'd be more laser sharks.
It's always laser sharks.
Right? I'm just going to assume Brian's pinky has been at the corner of his mouth this entire combat.
You might be right.
Yes, Stephen, don't prove me otherwise.
All right. Here comes some laser sharks. And they're going to attack each of yous. First Paul the Unarmored for 4 damage.
I will take 1 damage.
Nice. Kind of is a trade-off. Then the Rockstar takes 6.
I will take 4.
And Absolute Zero, 4.
I will take 4.
All right. And I think we'll...
Hold on. Okay.
Pass
Nuts.
What's that? Oh,
I'm still green.
don't get to react.
Well, but you're in the yellow zone, so...
When I cross personal zones, I get to do stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And since I'm Absolute Zero, I cross personal zones constantly when I get to that point.
Yes. Well, we'll hand it over to Absolute Zero.
All right.
Was that a close attack? 'Cause I have a reaction.
I'd say no. They're firing lasers more than
Really?
chomping. Although they are
Stupid.
closing in.
I assume none of the 3 of them would be considered close targets, except for the one that's on me.
I say no.
Okay. I'm going to use the same heatsink thing then, except I'm going to shoot the one on Parsons because he's not looking terribly great.
Okay.
So I'll absorb the laser from the one on me, and I'll shoot it at the one on Legacy. And we've got a +1 from Legacy.
Correct.
Woo!
My weakened state, I could not give you any more.
So
There'll be a 4
4.
and hindered with a 3.
All right. We'll roll the save. He does make the save, so it drops to a D6 and
Or-
is hindered by neg 1.
Does the +1 apply to all the dice or just the one die? I forgot.
It would just apply to 1 die on the action.
Then
Yeah.
I would have.
Do
I
it
guess
on
2
the-
to 3 doesn't do anything different, does it, for hinder?
Nope.
Okay.
So, all right. And then Rockstar being the last one.
I'm just going to attack it using strength. I've always heard that you punch them in the nose if they're advancing on you. So I'm going to punch it in the nose and hopefully crumple its face all the way back to its torso.
Well, first, thrash around wildly to catch its attention.
Thrash around wildly to scare it off.
Well, if movies have taught me anything, what I need to do is take off my top and go swimming. But I'm not going to do that because Jaws was 45 years ago.
I was going to say, if movies taught you anything, it would be to not do that.
If movies taught you anything, it would be grab a piece of board shipwreck, and as it opens its mouth, you wedge it in there so it can't close it back down.
And then you shoot it so it explodes.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get a propane tank and
propane-related accessories.
Propane.
yes.
Now, Bobby, when you're killing a shark, Bobby's going to kill the shark. I have a +1 from Legacy, yeah?
All right, going mid-die.
Yeah, I can't remember what I did. I did the drop the hammer attack. So, yes, attack using strength. Strength is the D10.
All right.
And then he is hindered by my min die, which is a 3.
Hey, it fails, and so you crumple it.
Nice.
And its parts are once again hindered.
It joins the other hindered parts in a pile
That's right.
on the bottom of the ocean.
Hindered, sundered, it's all the same thing. Okay, am I the last one to go?
You're the last one to go, so who's going to go?
Legacy.
Nope. Okay.
Well, if you throw it at me, I can use the bonus that Legacy gave us still.
Yep.
Oh, well then let's do that.
Yeah, now's the time to just let me go last. So
all right, I'm going to throw it over. I'm going to throw it over to Otter Pop.
All right.
Oh my God.
What?
Go Tasty Freeze.
I hate you all.
Just make your roll, Dairy Queen.
Let's see.
Let's go, Ice Cube. See, I get that reference.
I'm just freezer burn, attack using cold.
All right.
On the one that's on. Actually, no, I'm going to use the heat sink attack again on the one that I already hit.
Okay.
Same basic thing.
All right.
Trying to keep Legacy from taking too much because he's not looking great. I forgot to add the +1, so that'll be a 6.
Okay.
Actually,
What's
what's the difference between a 5 and a 6 on hinder?
Well, the fact that you already got nothing on a hinder.
Huh?
It wouldn't be no difference on a hinder. You'd have
Wouldn't be any difference on a hinder?
Nope.
Okay.
It's 4 or 8 or 12.
All right. So then I'll put it on my mid die for the attack.
All right. And that'll destroy it since it was already hindered.
Yay.
And, yep. He's going to go next.
All right, now I'm going to toss it at Legacy or actually, can I toss it back to Rockstar?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Available again.
Tag team.
Yo, Crystals, finish this off.
Tag team. All right. So now that Swanson TV dinner has gone, I'm trying to decide if this is just a punch it in the face thing or if I can overcome. Can I find a way to overcome using brute force that is not just punching it?
You could rip into the actual machine. Like, I'm okay with the shark being on me. I've taken basically no damage, and as soon as it hits me, I'm going to do stuff because I am at the cusp of yellow.
Okay. Do I have a way to heal anybody else?
Man, if you could heal me, that'd be awesome.
I'm not sure I have a power.
So I have
I don't
9
think that's
hit
really
points
her
left.
forte. I think she can just turtle up and heal herself.
She's a punchy.
It's okay. It's a life's adventure. It's a good time for Legacy to go out.
Is there still a spike in the plastic window?
Yes.
I am going to overcome using brute force. I'm going to use that spike as a wedge and smash a Rockstar and or Legacy and or Freezer Burn style hole in the thing so that we can, in fact, get inside and see what's going on in this spider fortress.
Okay.
Ha-ha! Overcome using a brute force.
Remember, you still had a +1 on that, too, so.
Yep, and I'm using my max die. So we're going to go strength. We're going to go probably creativity again. I still have a +3, but I have this sinking feeling that once we get in there, we're going to be attacked by something evil.
Yep.
Like Brian. So max die is a 7.
That'd be a success with a minor twist.
You get frostburn on your hands.
I mean, maybe I could just give him some damage as he basically drives the spike in further. I will say that actually, basically, as you puncture that, water goes rushing into this dome, and you're carried by the inrush of current, and are basically sucked into that base, separating you from the rest. And
you hear a voice from inside the base going, "I'm okay. I meant to do that."
And you will be hindered.
That's exactly how I wanted that to look.
So that's just going to be a -1 on your next action.
Okay.
And, yep, you're basically out of there.
Okay.
But you'll have a -1 carried over to the next scene.
All right. And I will hand it off to the Schmazer Sharks.
Schmazer Sharks? All right.
Oh, wait. No, I don't know if I want to do that.
Yeah, you can, because then if it attacks...
but would he be able to do his cool thing on this turn?
Potentially,
if it attacks him this turn and damages him.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will hand off to the Schmazer Shark that's trying to eat, frozen foods.
So yeah, the last laser shark closes in on Absolute Zero, seeing the basically the laser's not doing any significant damage, goes for a big old chomp and does 7 damage on him.
Oh,
ow! Hey, I get to do a thing.
Bit a chunk out of Cone of Cold.
Whenever my personal zone changes, I may boost using cold.
All right.
Slash RD12. Boost with a 7, so it's a +2 to someone.
+2. Yep.
I'm gonna throw that +2 at Legacy.
Yay!
Basically, I'm just cooling all the water around me, so it's harder for everything else to move in it.
All right.
Trying to freeze the water around the shark.
He tosses you a trident made of pure ice.
So water kind of is becoming a semi-solid, frigid mass.
Yep.
All right.
Sort of a sonic slushy.
And I think, yes, the Sharks will hand it over to Legacy.
Okay. And let's see. Well, I don't want to do Galvanize because that's going to hurt everybody, but I could go in and use a takedown on that shark.
A shark down, if you will.
I will do a shark down by flying over there, as you do in the water, and I will use leadership to show that everybody this is the way you do it. And I'm going to kick in that +2 bonus that I was just given. And pow, I roll. I think I'm supposed to use my max die on this one. Yeah, use your max 13. Die. So that's a 11.
Okay, well, that's gone.
I'm sorry. 13. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's 15, you said? 13.
Yeah, 11 + 2.
Holy moly.
So, yeah, that was to attack the shark?
Yep.
He gone.
Are you okay? Absolute Zero.
I'm doing fine.
Very good. Let us go find our companion. I'm feeling a little green in the gills.
Well,
not looking great.
Would you happen to have a healing potion on you? A bit of gum, perhaps?
Not so much. Did you take a hit to the head?
Yes, I believe I did.
All right.
Let's go! Yes. And we go flying in to follow where Rockstar went.
All right, so you fly into the base. Basically, you fly in and find yourself in what seems to be a quickly flooding control center. But basically, as you fly in, you see a figure in it seems to be a large mech suit who seems to be hurriedly tapping at a control console. And the dome behind you seems to close back over with a force field as the water subsides. And you see this figure, also joined by several other things, several spider bots and some soldier people that seem to be mostly cybernetic themselves. And this figure who you recognize in this suit is none other than your old nemesis, Baron Blade.
Baron Blade! I knew it was you from the very beginning. You foul... I would say more, but there are young women present.
I'll just call him an F-bomb.
You were going to call him a villain, weren't you?
You villain!
Yes, heroes. You thought you were done with me, but little did you know it was all part of my master plan.
Your master plan involves you going down.
Easy talk with you, heroes. I'll be the one taking you down. And we
Due to
roll
illness, the part of Baron Blade will be played by Werner Herzog.
The bear. Never
So
watch this
bad.
tape. You
I
must
see
destroy
no-
it.
No salvation in the face of the bears. Only the chaotic universe that will eat us and crunch us to nothing.
Let me move some things to the front.
But first, let's take down this vile villain.
There is add turn. There we go.
I just have this image of Rockstar responding with a, you can call him A, and then it's just a series of Sarge from Beetle Bailey fake curse words with all of the flying symbology.
There, that's no way to talk.
That's one way to talk.
But not a very good way and not a very heroic way.
I'm a new kind of hero.
Well, you must respect the old ways. As long as I'm alive.
So what, another hour?
Another
hour and a
like
half?
10 minutes. One round.
Yeah. Uh-oh, the environment only has 8 levels in this one. What if we all die?
So
Seriously,
question.
what happens if your characters die?
Well, make new characters.
So question. Even though we're in a new environment and it goes back to green, my damage is at 9, so am I at red still?
I'd say, yeah, you're
Okay.
still at that damage. Yeah, you'd still in the red.
Yeah,
You'd still get
for the
that full
environment, so I'll
access
get
of
that D12.
Yeah,
You'll still be where you are, yep.
Okay.
I think incensed by seeing his old foe, we'll give it to Legacy. Also, because who knows how many more turns he'll have. So.
Does
That's true.
Baron Blade have... he's attackable at this point?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I'm going to go in
He
for...
does not have a die because he is actually a fully statted villain. So he's got his own set of moves and hit points.
Fine, I'm going to go if we're in for a takedown.
All right.
No, you don't think so?
I figure, your opening would be galvanized as per usual.
Well, fine. I am sick, heroes. Go get him. Go
But
get
if you
him,
want to go in for a
boys.
takedown,
You don't have any self-heal
fine.
thing?
I don't.
Like
There's
a defend
nothing.
and heal?
There is
Yeah.
nothing on here. That's why I asked about the motivational charge, because attack using leadership, all nearby allies with their health in the yellow or red zone recover health equal to your min die.
do you not count as your own ally?
That's what I asked earlier, and
Nope.
Brian said no.
Yeah, I think in the strict interpretation of the way it was reading, it implies allies as separate from you.
Mhm. And everything else it says you and each of your allies gain a hero point.
Yep,
So,
you and. Yeah.
mhm. So yeah, no, I'm here just to the very bitter end.
Huh.
So go get him, heroes. I'll use galvanize. So I'll use leadership, and I'll use my vitality. And I'm not going to throw any bonuses in right now because I'm going to save that 3 for when I get a hold of Baron Blade. Cow. All right, so which one am I using? Apply the bonus. So I roll a 7.
So that's a +2.
So everybody can add a +2 to all attacks and overcomes until the start of my next turn.
Nice.
Nice.
Go get 'em, Rockstar. Show 'em that you've got what it takes to lead a future team once I'm gone, which will be years from now.
So how many cybernetic mercenaries are there?
There's
3.
3 Blade Battalions and 3 Spider Bots and 1 Baron
So-
Blade.
All right. So the Blade battalions are
Yes.
a bunch of dudes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going
cyber
to-
dudes.
I'm going to just wade into them using drop the hammer.
All right.
I got an angle, Charlie. So I'm going to attack using strength and close combat. Strength, close combat. I'm going to kick in. What do we have? A +2 right now?
Yep.
No. Okay. So I'm going to kick in that +2. Wait, we have a +2 from your galvanize?
Yep.
Okay. And I don't have that other +2, but I have that's what I have, a floating -2. So using the galvanize balances me out to 0. I'm going to wade into the Blade battalions using a flurry of punching and kicking and crystalline face slashing. And boom. I have attacked using strength for an 8.
Is this
As many of the battalions as I can, so it'll probably be 1.
if it's, does it say is everyone in a close group or?
It says attack using strength. Hinder the same target using your min die.
So it's only one.
That'd just be one.
All right. So I'm going to attack one.
Well,
He's going to fail.
Yeah, Way fails, rolling a 1 on his save. Blade Battalion, one of them's taken out.
So is a Blade Battalion one guy, or is it a battalion of guys?
It's a battalion of guys.
Good. So I just came wading in and knocked over a bunch of guys.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And one of them died. No.
He did. He did.
Was
he died.
harmlessly knocked out.
Yes.
He died. You killed him.
what-
That will rest on your soul for the rest of your life.
No, because I'm a postmodern superhero.
Oh, right. You have no soul.
All right. So
Yeah,
you're going to say,
they're probably
wait, what are you
robots
doing?
anyways.
But I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. I'm going to hand it off to the Blade Battalion.
Okay.
I am handing it off to the Blade Battalion. I'm right there in their face. Blade
Fair enough.
Battalions.
All right, yeah. We'll have them basically turn and all kind of swarm on you.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, what's going to happen is basically one group of one battalion is going to basically try to pin you down while the other one pummels you. So first one's going to roll to hinder. Get a -2 on you.
Okay.
As they're
Was I
basically
attacked at close range,
dogpiling.
Brian?
No, that was just a hinder.
Okay.
And then the second group's going to attack.
At close range, Brian?
Yeah, they're going to attack at close range.
Okay.
Swinging in with their cyber blades.
Okay.
And basically, when attacking a hero with a penalty from another minion, roll the die twice and use the higher result.
Oh, jerks.
So they'll roll twice. Let's see. 8 points.
Okay.
You take what?
Is-
6
Although
points?
I guess I could have just had them both attack. Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So they hit me for 8.
Mm-hmm.
I soak 2. So they hit me for 6.
Yep.
Because they attacked me at close range, I'm now going to use Shard Shatter reaction. Ha ha!
All right.
So they blade at me and they hack at me, and I actually take my fists and slam them together and then fire at everything. Ha ha! All nearby enemies are attacked by rolling my stone die. So I'm just going to shoot shards of stone, hunks of stone into their face.
Okay.
My stone die is a D12.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll a D12. And I'm going to be like, kapow, 12.
Well, okay. Well, you are hindered by -2. But that's
Still a 10.
Yeah, still a 10. So I'll have each of them roll a save.
Oh, did you add a +2 onto your roll there, Matthew? So it would have still been a 12. Right.
Oh, okay. Well, they're taken out then.
Yay! They're taken out?
Yes.
Because he can't roll. He can't beat a 12.
Nope.
He can't beat a
He's
12 on
not
a
taken
10-sider.
out, son of a gun.
We got all of them?
Boom.
Yeah.
You got
Yeah,
the blade
Rockstar
battalion.
just
Baron
Blew
Blade's
away.
gone. All right.
He's
Baron
not
Blade's
God.
gone.
Day is saved.
episode is over. The end.
Hooray,
And they all
heroes.
lived Rockstar happily ever
At
after.
what cost?
Yeah. And that,
Oh.
my friends, is how you
Oh, no.
guys... Oh,
Tiny Blade.
he's 4 feet tall. Ah!
Quick, step on him. It's like that one episode of Buffy.
Yes. The Halloween episode.
Yep.
Kakistos crawls up through the floorboards. Man, I was really hoping that took him out because he looks like a GoBot. It's freaking me out, and I can't remember which
I
GoBot.
think you mean he's a schmobot.
We'll go ahead and toss it to Baron Blade, who will charge forward at his old nemesis.
No!
But he's only 4 feet tall. You're okay, Legacy.
Is he? And going to be swiping in with his big old cyber arm while blasting with his flamethrower arm. Just trying to unload.
Oh, no.
Oh, and against another target using mid plus min die.
Oh, no.
So he will also be firing some fire towards Rockstar, who took out his men at very much not the concern of his minions.
What minions?
The dead ones.
They're not dead.
They're all dead.
Mm.
They're rotting away.
I thought you were the
sea.
traditional hero.
I am.
Didn't
I don't kill. I just, state the obvious, though.
I can do non-lethal damage if I want.
So that'll
Did you
be a
do non-lethal
D10.
damage?
Sure, the spikes are
wanted to.
only into their brain, not through their brain. None of them is dead. They will
They're
be
all
impaired for the
LDs
remainder
anyways.
of their lives.
They were
but
sent upstate
Yes,
for a
combat.
secret procedure by Doc Savage and his crew.
They get to go and live in a field with lots of other mooks and run and play and have lots of fun.
So on Legacy, it's max plus min, so 17 damage.
I'm dead.
You're not dead necessarily. You're just taken out.
I am taken out.
You're down.
I am down.
If you scroll all the way to the bottom of your character sheet under the red abilities,
Uh-huh.
there's an out ability.
Yes, it's called Boost an Ally using America's Finest.
So that's what you're
So
going to do.
And
You get to do
Baron
that every turn until we take out Baron Blade.
Blade laughs triumphantly. Ha ha ha! Told you I would take you down one day. And then another target, the mid plus min die. So Rockstar, you will be taking 8 plus 7, 15 damage.
Oh, I am also out.
Oh, really?
Yep.
This could be interesting.
Wait, how
Oh.
much damage?
D8. Okay. You
Mid
took
plus
15?
min
Plus
die.
7.
And my minimum die was 7.
Oh, God.
Baron Blade
Why do you
rolled
roll so
really
well at the worst possible moments?
Yeah, he almost rolled, well, he didn't roll perfectly, but
He rolled darn near.
1087.
yeah. So you're down
Okay.
2?
I'm down 2.
All right.
Baron Blade. Well, not necessarily throw it to the environment. He'll have the spider bots, then advance upon absolute 0.
Eh.
So one's going to first hinder you with webbing. And so -1 to your next action.
Good.
Another one's going to boost his ally by laying down some cover fire with its laser eye beam. And boost it for +2. And so the last one's going to come in and chomp at you with its diamond mandibles for 5 damage.
Bring it. 5?
Is that
Why?
zone?
Why?
Is it one short of reaching?
Yes, it's the bottom of my yellow.
That's okay. You're going to be out here pretty soon, too, so.
All right.
I'm absolute 0. My HP is about to start yo-yoing.
I mean, you've gone this turn, but we'll hand it off. Environment has not gone. Hand it off to absolute 0.
Okay.
When do I do I have to wait for my turn to use the out ability? Oh, that sucks. Nice knowing you there, fish stick.
So everything there is close, right?
Yeah, I'd say they're pretty close.
All right.
And heck, I'll even throw in Baron Blade being close just for although.
He's got like 60 hit points, so.
The Legacy hasn't actually... Oh, those two have gone already, though.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to get a turn before...
And, technically, even though I'm out, you still have a +2 from me to counteract that -1.
Yeah, that's true. He hasn't
Okay.
taken his next turn yet.
I'm going to use Sub-Zero Atmosphere, hinder any number of close targets using cold, use my max die.
Okay.
So cold, and we're going to go with cool under pressure. And I'm going to not just use his +1, I'm going to also throw my +2, or his... So I'm at a -1 with a +2, and I'm going to throw my +2 in there, so I'm at a total of +3.
All right.
Woo, that'll be a hinder of a 12 on everything.
Okay, wow. All right. So, -4 on everything. It's pretty potent.
Wow. You froze their feet to the ground, man.
And then handing it off to the environment.
I guess?
No
Kinda
damage
have to.
done. Yeah. Well,
I didn't realize the environment hadn't gone.
Mayday, mayday.
Baron Blade's down here, and he just took out Legacy and the new kid. I'm going to need backup.
we're on our way. All right. So then the environment will hand it to...
Baron Blade.
Good. Oh, that seems awfully mean.
But, I mean, that's the logical one to do, right?
Yeah, I guess.
That's the logical one to do if it's Brian versus us,
Yes.
but it's not necessarily Brian versus us. It's Brian trying to make a fun experience for the group.
And also, comic book storytelling is one of the major things here. So
Yeah.
I think that from a comic book perspective, I will let my minions finish you off, stupid frozen person. I think
mean,
Spider
maybe.
Bots makes more sense.
Well, he could pretty much take that reaction and actually take his turn to minions get him, and charging in from Halls come more Blade Battalion.
Brian.
Oh, is that it? That's not necessary.
No, okay, fair enough.
Ah!
Oh boy.
That's just cruel.
Like,
I didn't realize we were in a Frank Miller comic.
I have a mild chance if I get another turn.
So does the environment intentionally hate us?
Depends on the environment.
Yeah, it depends on the environment.
Because, like, if you're in Silver Gulch, that one usually helps you. If you're inside the Freedom Tower, that one usually helps you. If you are inside, there's one more environment that helps you a lot.
He's really just kind of a...
Insular Paralysis is usually beneficial,
Mm-hmm.
depending on the villain you're up against.
Mm-hmm.
So what if we flip a coin?
Did you factor in the neg one, Hinder?
He did.
Okay,
Yeah.
All
He
right.
still had the +2, and he did just a +1.
Yeah, we'll let the environment send it to the spider bots. We'll then first hinder you with webbing.
They're already hindered.
Neg 1 to... Oh, yeah, so never mind. No hinder there.
They're hindered.
Try to boost another one with cover fire. -3, so that's just a +1 to its...
Oh, I thought it was -4.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
minus
it
4.
was.
I got a 12.
Oh, okay. Still, +1
Still
to the
plus
last
1.
one's attack.
So it's a -3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the last one, yeah.
So 3 damage. Or, no, yeah, 3 damage.
All right, I changed zones.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to boost myself with a cold die.
all right.
For 1.
Behold the power of Ice Cube Tray.
So you got a +1.
It's not nothing.
Yes.
Yeah, and I do get a boost you too, if I ever get a chance.
And I'll let you go absolute 0.
All right.
Ooh.
I'm in the red. I can use Thermal Shockwave. Attack 3 targets using cold, one of which must be me. Apply
Okay.
a max die to one, mid die to another, and min die to the third.
Cool.
So attack using cold. And we're going to go with banter. Yeah. Let me just
Careful,
kinda-
it's slippery. Ha 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 ha.
And then I've got my +1 and Legacy's +2.
Yep, still.
right.
Yep.
Woo. All right, so it's a +3 to one of these dice.
Yes.
Or
Well, you can...
actually,
You
I can split
use
those up, can't I?
Yeah.
all right, I'm just going to roll without the pluses then. And
Yeah.
add to whatever I feel like. I'm going to do the... Oh, I'm going to attack 2 of the spider bots, by the way.
All right.
I'm going to do the +1 on one of the 5s on the spider bot, a no plus on the other 5 on a spider bot, and the +2 on the 7 on me to heal myself for 9,
Nice.
which will also change zones.
You get an
So-
immediate attack.
No, I get to boost myself again.
I suppose
Hey!
you do. Hey, there's a
That's a
+3.
+3. All right.
All right, so what am I rolling for on saves?
A 6 and a 5.
All right, well, 6
Yeah.
fails, 5 succeeds.
Boo. Baron Blade is still hindered at least. What's Rockstar's ability while she's out?
I have the ability to hinder.
I'm pass it on to Rockstar then.
Cool.
Come on, Crystals, give me some help.
I'm gonna hinder Baron Blade.
Okay, what are you doing?
Hinder an opponent using stone. I'm gonna try to stone his feet to the floor.
All right.
I'm gonna have crystals come up and actually form around the bottom treads of his GoBot costume.
Okay.
My stone is a D12. So I'm going to roll that D12. I have a +2? No.
Yes,
no,
you do have a +2. No?
No, this isn't an attack or overcome. It's a hinder.
Oh, okay.
So,
It's a hinder.
yeah.
I could cash in my +3, but I don't know if it's worth it.
Well, I don't know what
I
else
mean, it
you'd
might
use
be.
it for. At
If
this
you can get a 12, that would be another -4 onto him.
Rob, do you think it's worth it?
Yeah, I think it's worth it to hinder the guy who can potentially one-shot me.
Hindered him with a 10.
So a barely conscious Rockstar feebly reaches up and makes a trail of diamonds that form up around the feet, and he's going to be getting a -3 hinder on him.
So he's at a -7.
Next 7. All right.
And she very
next 4 and
weakly
next
calls
3.
out, "That's one for you, Bomb Pop."
And who are you handing it to, Rockstar?
Legacy has the ability to boost.
Yep.
I think I'm going to hand it to Legacy.
All right. As I see that happening, I reach out my hand. It's all bloodied and everything, and I give a big old thumbs up to Sub-Zero using my America's Finest. And I guess I might as well add in my +3 bonus onto this as well.
Yeah.
And that's an 8.
All right.
So that's
it's a +3
+3 there.
Yay.
+3
as a bonus.
All right. And who are you handing it to? The Environment or Baron Blade?
I'm going to guess Baron Blade?
Okay.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that the only really the person we could go with?
Yeah,
I mean, the environment's more than likely going to bring in more minions, right?
I hope not.
So Baron Blade kind of stomps forward. You see him inside of his domed suit, typing away, and basically you see him reconfigure his arm as he blasts out steaming cold, trying to counteract your abilities, because if there's no warmth to absorb in knowing your abilities with many previous encounters...
He's trying to overcome you, dude. Don't let him overcome you.
Yes.
He's got like a minus, what,
7?
7?
So he's going to basically attack you with the blade as he's basically turning down the environmental heat.
Blade is turning down the heat, or I am.
Blade was.
He's turning down the heat, so you can't make as much use out of your heat conversion.
Oh, so he's not going to be trying to do cold damage to me?
No, he's slashing at you with his sword arm.
Oh.
Yeah. And science. And so, did that roll a thing? Yeah,
It did roll a
That
thing.
rolled something.
Rolled a 6 minus 7 is a -1.
Well, let's see. Attack one hero using science. Hinder all heroes using your max die. So I guess you only get a -1 hinder. It's not too cold in here yet. And I guess where are you putting the penalties here? Attacking with a 6 and hindering with a 9.
So I just needed to get it below 4 to do a -1 on the hinder?
Yeah.
Which would require both of them.
I suppose so. So if you want to take
I'll put them both on that. I'll take the -1 hinder and 6 damage.
Okay.
Which moves you to another
swap
zone.
me.
Oh, boo.
No. I was at 17.
All right. And
Oh, look there, Matthew. Mr. Fancy got all the hit points there.
Hand it to the environment, who will...
I'm absolute 0. My hit points are friggin' yo-yo, okay?
Hand it back to the spider bots.
If they attack you, can you react again?
And they're just going to attack, all chomping in on their mandibles. So D4 does 2 damage.
I pass my thing.
Okay.
Do they have any
Attack.
hinders on them still or not?
No, they
already used.
Yeah. They weren't persistent.
I'll boost myself for another 2.
Okay.
Is there any way to get back into this once we're down?
Not
I don't
really.
think so. I don't think you have any healers or anything, so...
No. If you had gone down first, Legacy might have been able to pull you back up,
Mm-hmm.
but all of my healing is self-healing. So, sorry.
It's all right. We'll just cheer you on. I still have things that I can do.
Yeah,
Every
you
time
do.
it's my turn, I can boost.
Alright.
And you have an out ability too, Matthew, so you're not out of the game. That's one thing that's nice about Sentinels of the Multiverse, where it doesn't necessarily turn into a one-man game where everyone else goes off and drinks their beer. Everybody still has the ability to
Kind of
contribute in
does.
some way.
But remember that one game.
I
with
remember
John.
that one game, Munchkin Land, everyone, where...
It's just like that.
yeah.
Yep.
So,
But
We're all down helping one person to try and stay afloat as
yep.
John finishes off the matriarch.
Let's knock it out then, Rob.
all right. Yep. Well, did you take the 6 from this other spider bot?
I have not yet.
I think the spider bots will hand it over to you.
Yay. All right. I'm going to do the same attack.
All right.
I'm a thermal shockwave again. And it'll be the same 3 targets.
All right.
because I'm gonna use banter to yell at Baron Blade.
Okay. What are you yelling?
You just helped us save the universe. Why are you doing this?
Now that the universe is saved, it is now mine.
Ooh. All right. So I'm gonna apply the 9 on the 6, the 5 on the 4, and the 10 on myself with a couple boosts.
So you get to take out the spider bots.
Yep. Do I have to use all of my boosts?
No.
Okay. Then I'm gonna do the 2 plus 3s,
Okay.
which should change my person. So that'll be plus 16.
Okay.
So I will go to 19, which changes my personal zone once.
Okay.
And then I boost again.
Okay.
Yeah, for a +1. All right.
All right. Who's going next?
Blade's not hindered at all right now, is he?
Negative.
Let's go with Rockstar.
Okay.
I'm going to hinder him. This time she's going to try and fire some crystal at his blasty thing to hinder him.
Throw boosts at the downed people?
I mean, that's a good question. I mean, if you could, then Baron Blade could also be putting hinders on the down people.
I mean, yeah, that's your call as the DM / person who's actually read the rules.
I don't know. I hadn't read anything about that. I think we're just going to not bother with that because.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems like a can of worms.
Yeah, because
that's fine.
like the action he did last time was, hinder all heroes using the max die after an attack.
Oh, all heroes?
Yes. And so, yeah. It'd just be like a war of attrition.
Okay.
Let's do that.
No.
Oh, I was hindered.
Let's not do that. I'm going to hinder his face.
Yeah, you just had a -1 hinder, so.
I have 1 less HP.
Okay.
Unless you wanted to apply that to one of the other 2 dice.
And no.
Okay.
I don't think the -1 would have been able to make it savable any which way.
Yeah.
I'm hindering him
for
Roll
-2.
-2. Haha. He's hindered.
That's not nothing.
There's some crystal
He's
gumming up his works.
He's going next, Rockstar.
Throw it. The Baron.
You think?
I think so. Because that actually lets us have some say in who goes after the environment.
I throw to the Baron.
Gosh, I just don't think this is really any way you can win this.
You don't think so?
Repair nanites. Advanced nanotech repairs the mech suit system and increases efficiency. Baron Blade boosts himself with inventions using his max die and recovers using his mid die.
So this is just us slugging it out, healing ourselves at this point.
Yes. And he has a reaction. Always seems to have the right tool for the job. Uses it and gives himself the upper hand in any engagement. When attacked, Baron Blade may boost to create an appropriate invention using an attacker's max die. He's also armored, so he's absorbing 3 damage now and 4 when it reaches red with every hit. I think I'm just largely going to call it eventually. Yes, the reinforcements you call come in, basically just to push him back long enough to get you guys out of there, and he makes his escape laughing.
Oh, curse you, Baron Blade.
Also, he has 70 hit points.
He had 70 hit points?
Yeah,
wow.
in the suit.
Oh, yeah, there was no way we were going to do that.
I couldn't remember. I knew it was like 60.
Down so hard in the first.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. That's...
All right, well, eventually I wake back up at...
And there's supposed to be more minions.
I know, I'm sure. Well, we were supposed to have more people in this fight, too, so...
I guess.
So, epilogue, eventually I wake up in Freedom Tower, right? And I'm just like, looking around. There's my wife. There's my daughter. There's all my friends. There's Rob's character.
Yeah, probably.
Absolute zero.
Yeah.
That's just mean.
Absolute Zero did his job already.
He did.
He got your ass out of there alive.
Thank you, everyone, for being here, but I'm glad to be alive, but I think it's time for a new era of heroes to take over. Where is Rockstar?
Where is Rockstar?
Hopefully she's right there.
She's younger and recovers faster.
Yeah.
So...
She may have like a head bandage and a sling or something.
Yeah. I'm here.
I want you to take the new heroes and lead a team. do good and learn from your elders and watch your mouth. And I'm going to go and be with my wife until the final day comes. This is my last adventure. Then I'll hop into a wheelchair and sad Hulk walk, wheelchair my way down the hallway with my wife and daughter at my side as everything fades to black. And then suddenly it star wipes back to Rockstar, and she's just winking at the camera. Have you seen any heroes?
With a little thumbs up.
Yep. And the little V up by her eye.
Yep. And the editor's note says, check out Daybreak #1 coming in September.
Yes.
Is there anything else that was in that, Brian?
Oh, I mean, there'd be some footnotes about, new Prime Wardens and how the Akash Forestry has integrated with the city's infrastructure, providing power and support to buildings, making rebuildings efforts more manageable. But if you guys didn't manage to shut down the robots harvesting power from the tree, that may not be
I'm
the
sure
case.
the rest of the team took care of it eventually.
Eventually.
So
I would imagine if Baron Blade runs away when the other heroes get there, then we can shut down the machines.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And Absolute Zero self-healing is enough to
Eventually get you back up. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like if I was really pushing the offensive, I'd be overpowered over there. But I just really didn't want to roll that out.
Hey, congratulations. The first TPK. Well, not the first because we went down with yellow light. How's it feel, Brian? TPK. I don't know. I still like it. And the only reason why I'm not upset about the ending of this is because I've played the card game enough times to know that it's so easy to just lose this game.
Like, I don't know. This just more makes me want to see the actual full rules and how, like, villain creation is done. Is this how nasty all... I mean, this is the only fully statted villain in the starter set. Everything else is minions and lieutenants.
And for the most part, in the card game, and again, Steven keeps talking about World of Warcraft all the time. Blah, 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 blah. In the card game, Baron Blade is an easy villain. He's listed as the easy villain to defeat.
Yeah, he's like an introductory villain, just kind of get you to learn the rules of the game. But he's not so easy here. I mean, there was also supposed to be some Skeletron minions and Tree Spirit and Mothership spitting out more spider bots.
So a couple of things. We were down 2 players. This should have been a 4 to 5 player game.
I think so.
And I think we probably would have been a little bit better on that, which is fine. I mean, it's interesting to see how a game can play when you have fewer than the optimal number of characters to play.
Yeah.
Because I think some people have talked before about how it's hard to find a group.
Yeah.
And so if they're only like, well, I've only got 2 friends, or I've only got 3 friends, we want to try this out, how much more difficult is that? And I think that's where maybe the rule set can talk about how do you dial this down when you have less than 4 or 5 players playing this game.
Does the full rules have that? Because this doesn't. I mean, Baron Blade just comes in with 70 hit points. You can shut down his suit abilities with several overcome actions, and therefore make them a bit easier to deal with. Yeah,
and again, by the time you guys are listening to this, I'm sure the complete rules have been out for a while now. So, for those of you who are going, well, how come you guys weren't playing with full rules? This is like still 2019.
Yeah,
when we played this game. So, the full rule set hasn't come out yet on that. I guess one of the challenges in this game is it is a little bit harder to do role play.
Yeah, a bit.
Only
using
because
these established characters in an established setting that's not really your own.
Yeah, and so I found that somewhat of a challenge because there are so many people that are like, well, that's not how Legacy works.
Yeah,
or that's not how Rockstar is supposed to work.
And that's also why I steered away from the more role-playing focused minor and major twists, because we, given this pre-written structure, I really wasn't much room to explore such ramifications.
And unless you know everything about your hero, I think it does make it much harder to role play. I mean, you really would have to listen to everything from the Letters Page podcast to really find the complete history of your hero, or the wiki pages if they're updated on a regular basis.
They're not.
Yeah.
Yes.
Matthew, did you have some things that you found difficult about this game? I mean, I like the concept. I like the dice rolls and all of that, and how they're incorporating the power sets and everything. But are there things that you didn't like, Matthew?
Well, I feel like for me, the most confusing part was the zone shifts. Because you shift and the environment shifts. And at the beginning, it was not clear to me that when my zone shifts, I have access to all of the powers of that zone and the green zone. So in the first issue, I struggled a little bit because I was only using the powers in the yellow zone because I was yellow and I wasn't realizing. And you'll actually hear me, again, that episode was a while ago for us, but there's a point where you actually hear me go, oh yeah, I could do that. And I believe the same thing happened to Rodrigo. So I think that, and the crossover of zones where the universe is red, but I'm yellow, and how the bonuses or the stats change in those situations. But even that feels like just more of a, you need to learn these mechanics.
Yeah, that just feels like learning curve stuff for the game. I actually really like, once we dug down into why it does that, why they chose that, where the whole superhero thing, you start pushing more the more desperate things appear. Like the comic structure of the entire thing. I think that's actually a great design. I mean, I think that's kind of like the main thing is like there's definitely some neat concepts in this system. There's also just some like weird balance issues, it kind of seems like, and from the preview chapters of the character creation I got, that still seems present there too.
One thing that I really am disappointed in the game is that there is not a defense roll for the heroes.
I mean, you can defend as an action
well, no, but I know we can do that. Like, I can fly in and protect someone, but I mean, if I'm attacking a minion, the minion gets a defense roll.
He gets a save roll to see whether or not he's going to be in there or not.
Yeah, and I just kind of feel like there should be a little bit of a
roll on your side,
roll on the other side to either bring that.
So where that sits is both you and Rockstar have damage reduction.
Yeah.
And also, certain heroes or builds will have reactions that you can use to defend with.
The minions have, basically, that's their version of the damage reduction. They have a chance of only taking damage as opposed to just being taken out.
Yeah. And I don't know. This is something I would probably be willing to revisit in the future, but I'd much rather do it with our own creations, our own setting, our own heroes, that we have our own investment.
Yeah, we've got a thing. It's called Modern City. So,
well, and the thing that is successful about this for me is it's so hard in a role-playing structure to tell a comic book story, because a comic book story is about more than just, I'm totally going to win, you guys. It's about, there are structural things, there are traditional things. Green Arrow gets his butt handed to him, goes home and sulks for 2 issues, then comes back and takes out Count Vertigo. You can't always do that in, your standard GURPS, or even Champions was problematic for that. So you get to a point in this game where, as we see, you can simulate a character loss and have all of the things that happen, where Baron Blade gets away and we have a sad do-do-do-do at the end.
I mean, that is one thing. I mean, they do pretty much establish that, loss isn't necessarily death, but depending on the stakes of the fight, there could be pretty bad ramifications story-wise.
So overall, I kind of like what I'm seeing in this game. I would like to see the full rule set when it's finally available, and I'll probably buy it if it's available through DriveThruRPG. Which I don't know why they wouldn't make it for sale.
Yeah, it's going to be there eventually.
But at the same time, there are just some things that are somewhat frustrating. And I think every system has something that frustrates me in it. But overall, I want more role play in the game, number one. And I just wish that there was some kind of a defense or save or something here and there. And really, we just needed a healer. If we would have had a healer, we would have probably been okay.
I would say, did Tachyon heal?
Don't really think so.
I don't think so.
I think really Legacy's closest thing you got to a healer
was but that's only for a limited time, and it doesn't heal me. But it's like
healing is really kind of minimal in this game, because like healing heroes are really kind of minimal in the genre,
right? But I mean, if you have, just in the base game, you've got Fishman, he heals, and then you have Haka heals. can heal the entire team.
Yeah.
Legion.
Well, they were both
Legacy
there at the fight. Why
actually
didn't they
has
bring them?
heals.
Who does?
Legacy,
Oh yeah, he can heal everybody for 1 point.
Yeah.
in
which
the
is
cards. Yeah.
basically, I guess,
That's what Healing Rain does.
Tempest
and
does 2
Mm-hmm.
for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Haka only heals himself.
No, I thought he had a thing that healed everybody.
Haka can heal everybody on one of his later cards.
Yeah.
He can
Oh,
use, and he doesn't heal everybody. He just heals one person.
Oh, okay.
Basically, he can, because the Haka of whatever cards, he's got a power on one of his character cards that says you can play a Haka of card, or you can play a card, and if it's got Haka in the title, you can use it on any hero character instead of just yourself.
And who else will heal?
Dr. Medico.
Dr. Medico, of
Yeah,
course.
Dr. Medico heals a crap ton.
Does Argent Adept?
That's kind of
Argent
his
Adept
gimmick.
Argent Adept does a lot of self healing.
Okay.
And in fact, the first time I took on Oblivion, I never died with Argent Adept.
Oh,
I ended up
nice.
at full HP at the end of the game.
And what about Angel Lady?
Fanatic?
Fnatic-
No, she does a lot of self damage and is very.
She does a lot of self damage. She does
martyr.
have a fair chunk of cards that heal. She's got a couple cards that heal herself for a little bit, and a few
Can come
cards
back
that
from
heal
being-
everybody for like 1.
So I wonder,
Yeah.
Brian, since this is the pre-release set that we're playing with, do you think that
There
that
might
we
be
were
tweaks
missing
and
some
changes.
Do you think we're missing some powers? I mean, because
Well,
we're talking about all
yeah.
these cards that Legacy didn't have in his power set. We were essentially dealing with 9 to 10 powers.
I mean, no, I think that's basically going to be the full statted legacy, more
Okay.
or less.
All right.
I mean, I have, again, being a backer on Kickstarter of the game, got an early version of the character creation chapter,
Mm-hmm.
and that basically lets me see all the powers that are available to heroes.
Okay. All right.
And yeah, I mean, it's just not much in the way of healing there. Because
I mean,
again, it's not
that's
really.
fair. I mean, that's fair. I mean, ideally, the heroes get down to 1 or 2 points, and maybe they lose one player,
yeah, I mean,
and then they win or they limp away. But
Right.
yeah, I know. Rob even said Oblivion is a huge one that you're very seldom going to win. There are some hard villains that you go up against that make Baron Blade a mere nothing. So yeah, I want to read the whole thing. But overall, I think this was interesting. We did play this, so for people who listen to this all in a row, we did play this over the course of 3 months. So it was like an issue here, an issue there. I think we had a 2-week session where we had
a couple
back-to-back issues. But for the most part, this 6-issue game was spread over 3 or 4 months, I want to say.
Yeah.
So that could also account for some of our lack of remembering some of the events. But
Yeah, if there's like inconsistencies, just blame it on time and Steven.
time and space.
Time
All right, everybody.
and Steven.
That is where we are going to wrap it up here. Thank you so much for checking us out. We would like to hear your comments. There's a couple of places you can do this. Number one, you can send us an email to podcast@majorspoilers.com. We perhaps will read it on a future episode. Second place you can do it is the comments section over at majorspoilers.com. Just jump in there and share your thoughts and reactions to these games. The third place is over on our Discord server. There is a link in the show notes. You can just jump in there and you can chat with like-minded Major Spoilerites from around the world. You can talk about Critical Hit or Top 5 or one of our other shows or comic books in general or sports ball or whatever it is. And if you are a patron at patreon.com/majorspoilers, depending on the level that you're at, not only did you get this episode a week ahead of everyone else, but there are special rooms, special channels over on our Discord server that only patrons have access to, including a chat room specifically for Critical Hit a week early and some other things that are going on over there. So that might be something you want to check out, but we would definitely love to hear your feedback on our playthrough of the sample game of
The starter kit.
The starter kit for Sentinels of the Multiverse. So
Yes.
thank you, Brian, for running that for us. Thank you, Matthew and Rob and Sam and Rodrigo, for all being a part of the game. And for all of you, thank you for listening. And until next time, here's hoping all of your dice rolls are critical hits.
This podcast is copyright 2020 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.